Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by L&K Productions. Welcome into the April 12th, 2023 edition of Ken Stout Live with the Zoom homies. And I've got Greg Guy, William Dawson, Josh Kinder, and Tim Soul already with us in the Zoom. I'm check see if my camera's going to work. Oh, my camera works good. Ha! That's surprising the way this afternoon's gone. And everyone in Zoom would say hi to the chat room. I can get confirmation that you guys are okay.
Hello, YouTube.
That was Josh. I didn't get to check the mixer when he said it, and he seems to be a little further back from his camera or his microphone.
I can fit that.
Hi,
Yep.
everyone.
That looks
How's
good.
this sound? I'm on a different headset I've never had before.
According to the mixer, you guys are good. I will wait and get confirmation later on in chat. See how it's going. Bobby Warren said his dryer is not working. I called the repair guy. He's coming tomorrow.
I think audio is that good.
Yeah, according to the mixer, you guys are fine. So we'll just wait. And Tony Wallow gives us a good thumbs up, so we are good. I need to either set up another means of doing what I do or just write myself a big yellow sticky note to remember to put everything back.
My Wi-Fi go clearly because I can.
Yeah, I was thinking if you could get them to reset their router, that would be that has to help your situation out with your router. It's not going to hurt anything, that's for sure. Greg should be able to unmute himself. Let me make sure I've got that set.
I fell asleep.
Oh, no problem. You had the stream on, so.
I thought about
You thought about
routing the office and plugging it back in and being that.
I would just ask them if they would do it, and that way you can't get in any trouble for doing anything you're not supposed to do. Just, tell them, hey, my Wi-Fi is acting real sporadic. Can we reset the router?
Yeah, I'm looking on my Wi-Fi thing. It says I have 1, 2, 3 bars. So
We have a graph to determine your Wi-Fi. Are you looking on your phone?
it probably doesn't help that I have the door closed. No. You know down where the finger is on the clock?
Yes.
There's a Wi-Fi indicator. When you're connected to Wi-Fi or you're plugged in,
Right.
that's what I'm looking at.
All right. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Had a rough afternoon this afternoon trying to do something in Da Vinci that would not work.
Saw you show this morning.
Yeah, I tried to catch Doug today, but I could barely catch him. I said hi, what's up in chat, and then I had an appointment that I had to run to. So I don't even know what he talked about.
Doug's show this morning.
The afternoon show.
I try to watch a lot of the shows while I'm at work. but this morning was just pissing me off. Earbud kept falling out. I was like, yeah, I got a new pair coming today.
I cannot wear those.
Do not buy JBL earbuds.
I still have not heard back from the company yet.
Yeah, you got to give them a. Today's only Wednesday, and you submitted it late Sunday night. So depending on where it has to go, then if it's got to go overseas, it might be 2 weeks or longer.
What did Josh submit?
The warranty for the computer that broke.
Oh. Well, did they buy that off Amazon originally?
Originally, yeah.
Oh. Drop it off at Whole Foods or anybody on Amazon. They'll take care of it. If you've already done a, whatever you call it, return.
Maybe.
He's got to get approval to do that. He just can't take it up there without approval. I mean, they might deny the claim, and he's turned it in. Then he's really up a creek. Hello, Jim.
He's still scanning.
Yes.
You guys better get used to this, because you're going to be seeing this for a while.
I'm expecting the live stream to come out any day now.
Oh no, there's not going to be a live stream. This is
of negatives or pictures. No.
Seriously, what the hell's wrong with you people?
New baby blue color on the banner. On the clocks. Yeah, I did.
Jim. I haven't scanned none of my stuff. I got 2 shoe boxes full of stuff from where I was a kid. And negatives. And you're on what, number 26? You got 500 more to go?
He's got I don't know what number he's on, but
I got 5 done. I've now decided that I'm going to try to prioritize some of this stuff and put some of the others aside, at least temporarily.
Sure.
And I've put aside 3 so far. That's only 3 out of 40.
You're making a catalog.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you can go back on a rainy day and
worry about those later.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
So now that Jim's here, I got a question. For everyone, but it's right up Jim's alley, so to speak. I was trying to do a project in DaVinci today, and the graphics card kept pegging out 8 at its max memory of 8, and DaVinci would not run. That's problem number 1. I had the task manager running so I could monitor to see what was going on. I absolutely, and I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but I absolutely had nothing but DaVinci running. Nothing else. And the reason I know that is because DaVinci shut down, so I thought, well, I'll just restart the computer, which I did 3 times because it kept shutting down. Which is another issue. When I was trying to change the font and I'm scrolling up and down the font, it got to a certain font and poof, it was gone, just like the old Hee Haw show. So,
hey, Ken.
Hang on, Joshy. So, I did all that stuff yesterday and had no issues. Today's not quite as involved, although it does involve 3 videos. And I don't think that would affect it like it did. So I finally gave up on it. We're going to discuss it after the stream. I'm going to show you guys what I've done. So think about that a second and let me know your thoughts. Yes, Josh, what were you going to say?
Were you getting a window that popped up that said you think you're not responding or anything like that?
Are you talking about the warranty people?
No. When you were getting the program that you were using,
Yeah,
were you
DaVinci.
getting a pop-up? Were you getting a pop-up window?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. It would just sit there and not work.
Because I know with some of my programs, I get that
Nope. And then when it
program
just
not responding. You want to wait for close.
no, I did not get no, never got that whatsoever. And oddly enough, I can probably duplicate or replicate or do it again on the font itself because I have a general idea of where I was at when it was doing that. I'd be real curious to see if it does it again. If it does it, I'll just delete that doggone font and say that the font's bad or something. But no, there's no indication. It just stops, won't work.
Is
Just thought I'd ask because
No, not a
I
bad
just
question.
thought I'd ask because some of my programs do that from time to time.
Yeah, not a bad question. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
I should have played golf.
it's possible the video cards was been causing you all your troubles.
Yeah, I should have stayed home today. I had to reset up a machine twice for the same job. Because somebody keeps moving the parts. Stop. You don't do that. Bad.
Roy Kajir asked if I cleaned the cache. And probably I did not. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know I did not. I want to thank Brian Lightfoot for noticing I did change the color of the clocks. Went from the passionate whatever it was to the light. It's just called light blue. I was experimenting with that earlier today. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. I kind of like it. Might get with Wintermute and see if I can change.
I didn't even notice it till you said something.
Yeah, nobody did. Brian's first one that mentioned said he likes it, so that's cool. Baby blue, yeah. It's hex code hashtag
Like
ADD8E6, I believe is what it is, if I remember right.
It's like a turquoise blue almost.
Yeah. I didn't. Again, I mean, you guys have heard me mention a million times. I need to find a better color palette for DaVinci, but if I can mix around in hex and do it that way, that's what I'll do. Oh shoot, I need to turn my camera back on. I forgot I turned that off temporarily. Let me turn that back on.
And you could try repacing if you're up to it. Open your video card up and change out the thermal paste.
That's not going to do anything. Don't.
No,
No,
I'm
that's
not
not
gonna
going to
do
do
that.
anything. Don't be doing stupid shit.
Now, I did have a crazy idea of pulling the video card out, hooking up my two main monitors back to the CPU on the motherboard, on the inputs there, and trying it there to see if I were going to have any issues. But then I thought, I ain't doing that either. So,
Well, that would make more sense than pulling a card apart and trying to repaste it. That's,
yeah.
I'm sorry, no, that's stupid. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. It's stupid. You haven't had that card that long.
Nope, less than a year. In fact, if I wanted to, I could go into my Amazon history and see when I bought it. So I'm really kind of looking forward to getting the computer from Sean Gallagher now and seeing how that goes. Because if it's better, then mission accomplished, you know. And the other thing that bothers me, I almost said something I didn't want to. I started out, I've got a good basis on what I wanted to do. So I've got the original and 2 copies. Well, somehow, with all these issues going out, I actually lost a lot of the base of what I'm trying to do. And I have no idea how. I never hit delete. I never hit backspace. I never hit Control Z. They're just gone. So that was the point in time when I said, you know what? This will be here tomorrow. Let it go. What's that from? Frozen, I think.
Yes.
It is an Intel machine. It is an i7 10th generation K, I believe. If I remember right. course, that should be seared in my brain. I was looking at it when I had the task manager running.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's 32 gig in that machine, is there not?
There is 64 gig of RAM in this machine.
Ooh, aren't you the BSD? I know he understood what I said because he started laughing.
I'll be right back. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Ken.
Okay, Ken, here's an interesting one that I have a puzzle of my own.
Shoot.
I pulled out some stuff out of this bit of photographs, and I have photographs
Uh-oh.
that do not match the negatives that I found with them.
Uh-oh. Well, at least you have, I was going to say you found photographs and no negatives.
No, well, in a sense, yes. Because the photos that were in here, along with the negatives that were in here, are not the same.
That's like a gold mine.
Well, it's either a gold mine or very frightening. I haven't decided which just yet.
Now you gotta go look at all of them.
Yes, to answer the question of if it was Intel in the processor, it is an Intel Core i7 10th generation 10700K. My memory, and these are current numbers. Right now it's running at a whopping 21% for some reason. Memory is 64 gig. Right now it's using a little over 12. The graphics card is using, where the heck's it at? 2%, 3%. Using 2.9 of 8 dedicated from the board, from the card itself. So I don't know what was going on.
What are you doing to use 12 gigabyte?
Right now, I don't know. I have no idea.
He's streaming. He's running Zoom. I'm guessing the clocks are running.
Clock.
And God knows what else he's got in the background.
Okay, so you'll be very proud of me when I tell you this. Let me unspotlight you. I have YouTube Studio running, a monitor tab, and that's it. Nothing else. I have OBS running, and I have the clocks running, and Zoom, and that's it. Nothing else. No other tabs. No nothing.
I would
Well,
really...
Chris, you'll be surprised to know that I'm using 9 gigs right now, and only have Firefox open with only the YouTube stream and Zoom, and that's it. Nothing else.
Oh, Firefox and Chrome are freaking memory sinks.
Are you sure, Alex, you're
Yep.
not running about 10 speed tests?
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm 100% positive. I'm sure.
Wow.
Now you've got me curious to see what's going on here. You got me curious.
So my memory right now is just flatlined at 12.2 of the 64 that's available.
I would love to see what is running in that machine.
Mine?
That's staggering amount. I'm running 6 gig.
So if I go to processes, won't that tell me what's running?
It should.
Well, Google Chrome shows that there's 24 tabs open, but I can only count 3, which would be the studio, the monitoring, and the clocks. OBS Studio shows 3. That's interesting. Zoom meeting shows 3. We're on a 3 number all of a sudden. And
Google Chrome always shows an ungodly number of tasks or processes running in Task Manager.
Well, if you open up processes and you go and click on the memory category, it'll show you the top things that are using memory.
which is, believe it or not, OBS Studio at 3,993.7 megabyte.
Okay. So
Right below it, Google Chrome has got 1927, and it's got the big blinking very high, very high, very high.
Right.
So, and I can't shut anything off in there because that's, if I shut it down, then that's going to kill the stream.
Right.
So I don't want to do that.
That's interesting. You've got, I'm sorry, you've got 24 things open for Chrome?
It's what it says. It's okay. So here's what I've got. The studio.
Probably 24 previous
Well,
tabs.
I'll just click on the down arrow and let's see if it identifies these things. It does not. Actually, it kind of sort of does. There's 22 right now. 2 of them went away, but there's the studio is open in Chrome. My monitoring, which is on my channel, is open in Chrome, and the clocks are open in Chrome. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
OBS is running. I have the window popped out of YouTube over here. I don't know if that's got any bearing on it or not. And I have the Zoom running, but that's it.
Okay. Yeah, well, Firefox is kind of the same. I'm looking at what's going on with Firefox. It's got a ton of stuff, but it's only taking up about 2 gig.
Now, there's 3 things on here that, well, they're all 0%, so they're not using anything. The bottom 3 under the Google Chrome tab are Malwarebytes Native Message, Windows Command Processor, and Windows Command Processor. Now, I cannot say that I've ever seen them before because I don't usually open it this far. So that's kind of cool. I'll have to keep an eye on that. OBS Studio is just consistently sitting there right at 39 something and it just says hi.
I'm curious to see what happens.
Really very strange.
See what happens if
We'll
I open
catch up with
OBS.
chat real quick. Wintermute says hello to Bobby. Maybe multitasking is failing. I don't know. I probably need to get with someone over the next couple days and have them remote in and look at some things.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what in the world you're running in OBS Studio, because I opened up OBS for mine and it went up 0.5 gigabyte. That's it.
Well, the only thing that's really running there is it's pulling the window from the clocks,
right,
and the camera and Zoom. That's it. Now, I could actually, let me check something out here. This will be,
that's very weird.
so the stream's going to get wonky for just a second, and I apologize for that. You're going to see Zoom and me because I have the other camera running. I'm just going to shut that camera down and see if that makes any difference or not. There's no need for that camera to be running. I'm not doing a daily Da Vinci. So I'm going to deactivate the camera. I'm going to watch the numbers and see what happens. Camera's deactivated.
Probably not going to make much of a difference.
3985. Woo. And I'm going to go back to here and I got to kill the intro. So now we're running back 3987. It actually went up when I went back to this main Zoom YouTube screen that I call it.
I just
3990 right now. Solid.
I cannot figure why OBS is pulling up that much memory.
You got me. You got me. And I have Windows 10. I'm avoiding Windows 11 like the plague. My intent, excuse me. My intent with Windows 11 is just like I took with Windows 10. When I absolutely can no longer use it due to no support, I'll switch to whatever's available, and I'm hoping and praying it's Windows 12, and it's in pretty good shape. That's the plan. Was there an update? Yes, Tony, there was an update. Now, this has been my thoughts most of the afternoon. I had the little blinking thing in the taskbar down there today that said restart is needed. So, after the Da Vinci today, I restarted the computer. It's possible that update somehow done something. Possible. Not probable, but possible.
It wouldn't be the first time. Would not be the first time.
No, it wouldn't. You're right. So, do I have Norton for antivirus? No, I do not. Norton? Oh my gosh, that's waiting room. You should be glad you're not in the Zoom. That's the two right in the waiting room. I'll tell you what, Alex volunteers to go in the waiting room for you, Roy, so you should thank him. Did you spit it out?
No.
I almost got you. Doggone it.
You came really close, man.
Alex, I'm just kidding. I'm not putting you in the waiting room.
Hi, Josh.
Norton, Jesus. Yeah. Norton and what I refer to as Smackafee. Yeah, just insult me some more while you're.
McAfee. I used to call it Crapafee.
Yeah, I just used the Defender from Windows 10. And yes, there was an update. Chrome free,
that-
can free update.
That and a paid copy of Malwarebytes is all you need.
Yeah, Josh asked me if he needed a while back, a few days ago. Josh asked me if he needed to renew his paid version of Malwarebytes, and I was like, well, you can if you want to, but I just use a Windows Defender and the free version of Malwarebytes only if I need it. I don't have a problem.
All right, so I guess I better pull out these negatives and find out exactly what the hell they are because they're not what's in here.
That is funny. I'm going to shut down the task manager. I don't need it running. We know there's an issue.
So I got that slideshow put together for tomorrow. It's 68 slides. At each slide showing for 2 seconds. It's going to run for about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, you were busy most of the day, I know.
Is that a little fast?
No.
Okay.
Because you'll just be looking at it'll just be showing pictures and it'll be recycled for an hour, so it'll run probably 20 times in an hour because it's set to auto repeat. Once they start it, they don't have to stop it, they don't have to press it or do anything until they get ready to turn it off.
These are pictures of what?
My grandpa's slideshow for his funeral.
I don't know. How many seconds how many pictures was it?
68.
It's gonna run for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 seconds per picture, so yeah, it's what? About a minute.
I'll bump that up a little bit because if somebody's talking and they don't look, I don't know, I'd bump it up a couple of seconds.
This will be during the visitation, so everybody will be talking. But my dad says it'll be running the whole hour. So
yeah,
2 seconds is pretty normal. 3 seconds is also another normal one, but they tend to drag.
I wouldn't go past 3 seconds. I wouldn't even go past 5 seconds.
The only exception is I got one slide that's just text, and that one slide I've got it set to 4 seconds just so people can read it.
There you go.
Yeah, you gotta slow that one down.
I can relate to what he's talking about because that was an issue I had today putting together the thing I put together this afternoon. Little story about that later tonight. John, good to see you. John Southern Exposure's in the house. Good to see him. He said there's 15 people watching and only 5 thumbs up. That's good that 15 people are watching. Now I could do the Doug Betts thing and go bring some screen up that I have absolutely no idea what it is and look at it and see. But this only shows I got 3. That's something he did today that cracked me up.
But anyway, I gotta be in bed by 10:30 because we need to be up.
Yeah, you got a long day tomorrow.
Because we got to be there by 9:30 in the morning. So to have time for them to put in the flash drive and boot the computer up and do all that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna be busy. Ski Man 21632 joins us in chat. Good to see him again. I'm still stuck at 259 subscribers. I would say one of you guys unsubscribe and resubscribe, but then I'll need still one more, so that's not going to work.
I could make a fake account.
No, we've been that route. we had
I'm
that.
just joking.
No, we don't want to do that.
Let's not do that.
No.
I thought you were a fake account.
So what time is it in the morning? 10, Alex, or 10:30?
The actual service, everything starts at 10. That's visitation though. The visitation will be 10 to 11, and then the funeral will be 11 to 12, and then from 12 to whatever time we'll be eating after the family will be eating after the funeral's over.
Okay.
That's whenever, but it will not be it will not be live streamed. So
No, you had told me that the other night, so that's okay. When you find time later this week, just shoot me the slideshow and let me see it, please, if you don't mind. Now,
okay.
are you okay with me again having a little bit of a tribute again tomorrow night since the funeral is tomorrow?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I put it up on Google Drive for me to have it there. I'll just send you the link so you can look at it.
All right. That sounds good.
I just sent your channel out to my 328 napping subscribers.
Appreciate that. Speaking of that, I actually responded to that young lady that sent me that email yesterday. I simply said, "What's my cost?" You should see the novel that she sent back, which we are going to discuss that tonight after the stream is over as well. I didn't go any further than looking at what it cost. I want to say there's about 15 attachments, but I don't know if I want to open them. I have a little bit of spidey senses going on that maybe I don't want to open them. So, and then I got to thinking $95 for 2,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Something not right with that picture. And for all those who have not seen my channel and like Southern Cajun cooking, please check out my channel. And he dropped a link. Yep, that is fine. Highly recommend watching John Southern Exposure when he cooks. All the weight that I'm currently losing is for anticipation of my summer trip to Louisiana, and I'm going to put it all right back on again. Thanksgiving in June, so to speak. So,
I reset my router.
you did reset it?
Yeah.
Well, you sound so excited about that, Josh. I mean, how long ago did you reset it? You never left the Zoom.
It says I'm getting all four bars now.
Right, it's powerful.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if you reset the router, if you unplugged it to reset it, you should have left Zoom, I would think. I mean, I'm no expert, but are you running Zoom off a hotspot from your phone?
No.
Okay. Darren Gilhome, 4:10 in the morning.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. You got to work today, don't you, Darren? Darren probably just logged in his sleep, doesn't even know what he's doing. He's muscle memory, you know.
He might have sandbar problems.
Who knows? Bobby, I don't know the exact dates we're going to go see John. There are other things that have to take place first, like this month, my surgery, and then that's a month recovery, which is fine. That puts us at the end of May. Then Mrs. K's got to manipulate her schedule so we can have some time off. And we'll go from there. We are planning on doing something. And yes, Alex, this time if I say I'm going to somewhere, I'm actually going. It's not to divert your attention. I'm actually going to be going. Doug is in California, and the trip right now is tentatively planned for Louisiana and Florida. That's tentatively planned. It would be a stretch to go due south and then east and then go out to California to come back east. Boy, that almost looked like the Catholic cross, didn't it? That's scary. Sandbox is built into the browsers like I believe Google Chrome setting you should find it. The only sandbox I'm aware of is what my grandkids and I play in, and Grandpa's getting tired of doing that because he's finding out where sand can actually get into, if you know what I mean.
You really going out to California too?
Not this year, we're not. Unless I hit the lottery, no. Or Mrs. K hits the lottery, no. It would be nice. I mean, to go to California, we're not going to fly. We drive. So you're looking at least 2.5, 3 days minimum. My days of driving straight through to places are over. Looking back on it, it was really sort of silly to drive from San Diego to Indianapolis straight through the 3 times we did it. From Vegas to Indianapolis, the 1 time we did it, that was just dumb. So
What about when you drove from
oh gosh, yes, when I drove
Illinois to Arkansas?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe ooh, that drive was whew. So let me mark you down for the waiting room for next Wednesday night for 2 times now. Okay, it's written down.
Oh.
No, Alex, that was not a bad drive. That was I believe it's a 9-hour drive, and part of that encompasses the time change. It really is not that bad of a drive. The drive back sucked, I will tell you that, because Lorna was sick and then I got sick, and it was just like, it was rough getting back. But coming down, no, that was a good drive. We enjoyed it.
Well, it was the drive back. The drive back was rough for the both of us.
Yeah. Bobby says maybe invite Doug to visit you. Yeah, I mean, sure, Doug. Anyone's welcome to come visit anytime we like. I mean, just give me a couple days notice. Don't just show up at the door and go, "Hey, Ken."
Hey, Cam, I'm here.
Exactly. Or ding dong. Doug mentioned the other day on his stream that he doesn't do a lot of traveling, so I don't think Doug's going to come to Indiana to visit.
I don't think
Ian, just check the Zoom chat and click on the link, and it will open it up directly for you to look at it.
All right. Zoom chat.
Yes.
Now, check your phone. I sent you my number for my router.
Oh, John's got a nice king snake. I'm going to have to go check that out. So this is going to slow everything else down. I clicked on it, and you're right. It did. Oh, wait a minute. Now it's got some pop-up saying something. Welcome to Office Editing. I can just X out of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I like the first picture. That's nice.
Can't edit it no way. The link is a view only link.
Right. Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to edit it anyway. Now, the only thing I might want to figure out if I can do is I can copy it and paste it somewhere, it says.
Yeah, you should be able to download it if you wanted to and then edit it.
Well, I'm giving that a shot now, but there's no download. But well, wait a minute. I don't see a download per se. We'll get together and figure that out. There's no big deal on that right now.
Right is.
At
I'm
all.
a bounce, guys. I'll talk to y'all guys later.
All right, Tim, we'll be here. Don't work too hard tomorrow.
Well, we had a good day yesterday. We had a barbecue at work. We took an hour and a half lunch, I think. But today I was just mad all day long, so I needed to go to bed early.
I can relate to that.
I'll at you guys later.
All right, Tim.
I happily wish you guys
Oh,
were coming.
too late. Do what, Joshy?
I wish you guys were coming out.
One of these days we just might. Guys, please like and comment and share my channel. Did he post that twice? Oh, he's close to 1K. How close is John to 1K? We may have to go on a, let's get John to 1K somehow. Let me go find his channel.
I'll talk more about that after the stream.
808 subscribers. Good job, John. 808.
You know, with the last few days, I really wanted you here myself, or at my grandma's at least.
How's your grandma doing?
She's doing better than my mom. Either that or she's just not showing it to me.
Yeah.
But my mom will just grab me hug me and start crying. A, a lot. And like earlier today, we was all sitting outside with all the family that had shown up. Some of those family had driven 3 hours down from up north Arkansas, and we were just sitting around and in my head, part of my mind is thinking that he's always been a part of my life for past 30 years, and they've lived in that same house for 50 years. And so part of my mind is thinking that he's going to walk through the door any minute. And all this is going to be for nothing. But that's not how it works.
Usually it is not. John dropped his link over in chat. I will redrop his link. I had just closed that. Let me go bring that back up and drop that over there. Yeah, my dad passed away 20 years ago this year, and there's times when I expect him to walk in anytime, but I know that's not the way it works. There's the link. I dropped the link to John's.
It was talking in the house the other day, and somebody said that, or it was said at some point about that somebody's husband died 15, 20 years ago, and there's times that she'll be sitting in the house and she'll think that she'll be envisioning him walking through the door, or thinking about him walking through the door.
It's true. That's what you think that. And also on the holidays is bad too.
Yeah. And birthdays and yeah, good point. John says a nut. Well, I just like to cook.
Well, the holidays have been bad for the last 40 years from both of my grandparents on my mom's side, because they lost a daughter and a son. They lost 3 of their other kids on Christmas Day to a wreck. So the only one that they have still alive is my mom.
That's bad.
Yeah, that is bad, actually. I mean, someone passing away is never a good thing. I mean,
Well,
I gotta laugh at this picture of Alex. That's funny.
Yeah, a lot of those pictures are of like the 3 or 4 of us, or just me, or me and him, or which picture?
Oh, you probably were about, well, it was 2004, so you weren't very old.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite picture in the whole thing.
That's a good picture.
I actually took that off of the video, the screen grab off of the video.
I can't see the picture.
We're not sharing them yet. I'm not going to share anything over the stream.
Oh, okay.
Please go back to. Got it. I got another notification here on my phone. What is this about? Oh, that's from somebody I don't want to talk about. Okay, it is coming up on the hour, I believe. Let me check the 45 minutes right now. Has anybody got any tech questions they would like to bring up for us to discuss in the next 15 minutes before we end the stream?
I never have any technical issues.
That's because you have everything routed through your phone, don't you?
Ha, ha, ha.
I have a problem that we have to talk about after we end the stream.
All right, we can do that. Brian's doing somebody's paperwork for him, it looks like. Oh no, you're drawing. You're the court stencil reporter, drawing everybody out, right? Here, hold on. Let me get you good. Here, how's this? You're muted. Probably a good thing too. So no tech questions. Kenny Whitten sounds like
I never have issues.
Yeah, Kenny lives in Louisiana too. I don't know whereabouts. Kenny or John's in Denham. I don't know how you say it. Springs. I really need to learn to pronounce specific words.
And I love it. It's outside of Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge.
You know, are you close to that plastic factory?
Me?
There was one in Indiana that
I thought I wasn't that in Batesville, I think.
I'm not
For
sure.
some reason that's sticking out in my mind that was in Batesville. Hold on. I heard about it. And
I'll be back. I gotta get ready for.
All right, Alex, we'll be here.
And it
We'll see you in a little
might
bit.
be toxic. They said it was toxic.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's a smoke.
Yeah, for some reason I want to say it was in Batesville. And Batesville is, if I could learn to spell, 66.5 miles away from me.
To the west or whatever.
To the east, just due east, southeast.
Yeah, it's close to Ohio. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I'd be going to Cincinnati. It's between here and Cincinnati. Actually, if I remember my history of Batesville right, I believe they have this is kind of the wrong time to bring this up, but I believe they have a big casket factory there in Batesville. If I remember correctly.
Actually, I've heard of that. I've seen labels. Seems like I've seen labels about.
There was a tech question posted in chat from Richard. You might want
Let
to
me
address
jump over
that,
there
Ken.
and see that and come back to this later. Tech question. From who? By who?
It'll say RM.
Oh. That'd be Robert Michael. And I need to get with
Robert,
him.
rather. Yeah.
I need to get with him. I think he had a relative pass away recently. How do you run a speed test on your internet? Well, I make sure that the mice are fed extra special that day. Oh, yeah, Batesville Casket Company is in Batesville, Indiana. But to answer your question about the fire, I don't know anything about it other than I did hear about it. So,
Well,
did Norman Bates live in Batesville? Here we go. Yes, very, very rare known fact about the movie Psycho. It was filmed in Batesville, Indiana at the Bates Hotel. Tech question. What would cause the volume control to go out on a Mac laptop asking for a friend? I'll pose that to the group.
Maybe it broke.
Possibly. Do Macs get updated like Intel get updates?
They get updates.
Possibly an update did something? I don't know. Don't know much about Macs.
Yeah.
Don't want to know anything about Macs.
That would be the correct answer, by the way.
Yes. Probably not ever going to own a Mac.
That would also be the correct answer.
Roy says to re-download the driver and install. I have no idea. And
Well, the official solution is to take the entire system back to the Apple store and just say, here's my system, here's a blank check. Let me know when it's ready.
yep.
That's more reality than you want to admit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what most of them do.
And unless you got your information stored on an Apple cloud, you're never gonna get it back because the storage device is soldered onto the motherboards.
Wintermute comes through with a link to Mac OS user guide, and it says if the sound control isn't in the menu bar, go to System Settings, click Control Center, which is probably the same as our control, and click in the side and then decide. Okay, I'm confused just reading the directions to the. So thank you, Wintermute. I hope that helps John and his friend out. So their control center is the same as our control panel, I would imagine.
It's probably very similar.
Yeah, I mean it can't be too much different. So
yeah, I've worked on about a half a dozen Macs, both the MacBooks and the desktop ones, and let me tell you, it's not a happy time. Apple makes it purposely difficult to fix them. You've heard me say it before, Ken. I used to dislike Macs until I had to work on a few. Now I despise them.
yeah, I've worked on one, and that was it. One and only. Linux is even more fun. Yeah, Linux kind of scares me, but
Linux is not that bad. It really isn't. But the problem is that it's not a viable substitute for the vast majority of people. You're not going to see any wholesale migration to it. Business has got their stuff too wrapped up in the Wintel area of things. They're not going to just throw that all away to run Linux for no reason at all.
So let's have a what if scenario. What if we had to?
I'll give you a little bit.
Here. What if we had to suddenly go away from Windows? Would it be an easier migration to Linux, or would it be an easier migration to Mac?
That's going to depend. That's going to depend entirely on the software you're running. If you're running Office products, there is no choice. You have to go to Mac.
Okay.
Because they're not available in Linux.
Roy says Linux.
Office 365, there's no such thing for Linux.
Okay.
Now Linux has its own Office suite, LibreOffice, and I think it's OpenOffice are the two major ones. But you're not going to see this migration to Linux. I mean, I
know.
It cracks me up. The Linux fanboys crack me up. It's like, well, with the coming of Windows 11, everybody's going to get pissed off at Microsoft and they're all going to switch to Linux. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're going to do exactly what they've always done. They'll bitch and complain and moan and cry, and then they'll just move on.
The workstations at Kroger that's on the desk in the offices, there's some, I'm not sure what, there's some type of Linux on them. It's like Citrix or something, I don't know. It's a version of Linux though. But
Greg says Microsoft MS-DOS 5.0. Thank you.
I think Kroger.
I remember those days.
Kroger made it just for Kroger.
Well, yeah, that happens all the time. You have a highly specialized piece of software for that industry. Yeah, you can come up with that solution, but you're never going to see. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. You're never going to see, like, let's just say for the sake of argument, you're not going to see a major pharmaceutical company take all of their Windows and Mac machines, because they have both. You're not going to see them take all of that and just trash it and go to Linux. It's never going to happen.
So
you can't justify the expense.
Right. John asked in chat, has Windows 11 fixed all of their bugs yet? No. And when should someone jump to 11? Well, the first answer is no, they have not fixed all of the bugs. And two, you should jump to Windows 11 at the point in time when you're comfortable to do it. I personally am not going to switch until 2025 unless I'm forced to. If I'm forced to sooner, then I go from there, maybe to Linux. I don't know. I was a holdout from Windows 10. I swore up and down I would never go to Windows 10. And I
I
wouldn't.
I would ask the question, has Windows 10 fixed all of their bugs yet?
No, because
No.
I did an update today.
Really?
Yeah, really. I did an update today, and now my DaVinci's messed up. So I'm waiting as long as I can. Yeah, I will wait until 2025 unless, like I said, someone puts a gun to my head and says, you're going to go to Windows 11, and then I'm going to use my extreme NASCAR lightning skills, knock the gun out of his hand, and I'm dreaming. And I'm going to go ahead and end the show. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I'll just go ahead and hit this. And while that's playing, Bobby Warren was first, Tony Waller was second, William Dawson checked in at third, Tim Soul was fourth, Robert was fifth. Greg said something about he can't find a cell phone. He also complained about being fourth. Oh, Greg was fourth. I'm sorry, I misread that. I am so turning into Doug Betts that I can't read. I got to quit watching him. It's wearing off. Bobby Warren was there. Brian Lightfoot joined us in chat. Roy Kajir. I'm saying, Roy, I'll figure this out. Just Roy. When I say Roy, we know who I'm talking about. OBS Jake joined us briefly. Kenny Witten was there. John Southern Exposure was there. Hopefully the audio is going out on the ending. And I believe I got everybody. Ski Man said hello. Good to see him. Haven't seen him in a couple days. And I think that is everyone. So,
I actually used Windows 98 till like 2010. I started having problems with viruses and all, so I just went on to XP. But I still had an XP machine, but
thank you,
I used
everybody.
98 also.
Oh, they can't see it because I need to add into this scene one last camera shot of Zoom. So I'll do that.